This is the CHRILLCAST. I'm Chris.
And I'm Will.
And I'm Red.
Red, who are you?
I am from the game, or from the,
He's from
from the
Game
show
Theory.
Colors of Gaming. Yes. We're pretty much just a page on BitChute where you can come and watch our shows, and we do like discussions of games and stuff. It's a lot of fun. Come check us out.
And you can find them on YouTube. They're there. They exist.
Yeah.
We found them in the
Yeah.
Wednesday video. Go check that video for the process and how to find them.
Yeah.
We're the CHRILLCAST. Please subscribe, like, and comment this video. That's an order direct from the commander, Chris, here.
Oh my gosh.
Our
Yeah.
conductor, Chris.
Make sure. Yeah, exactly. Go share our videos in the World of Warcraft chat. And make us legendary. No. Today, for Throwback Thursday. Oh man, Will, we missed Wildcard Wednesday twice.
I know. We were already so far into it though, and I remembered.
Oh well, we'll do it next week. This is Throwback Thursday. For Throwback Thursday, we usually cover a classic or retro topic. Today's is Sid Meier's Railroad Tycoon, which came out in 1990. That means it's 30 years old, because it is 2020. It is largely considered the first of the Tycoon games ever, which is essentially a CEO or like strategy-styled business simulation software. And for some reason, maybe because it'd be an easier thing to program, but Railroad Simulator, he did business management for trains and railroads. So I'm not sure why that would be easier to program. I don't know why that theory popped in my head, but that's it. That's got to be it. Video over. No. But no, it's Sid Meier. I mean, he's really famous for what series?
Civilization.
Civilization.
Yeah.
Which, if you guys didn't know, somehow has been converted into a board game. I'm not sure how, but Civilization is also a board game.
That would be complicated.
It's such a long board game, like hours and hours. It's like if you were playing a D&D campaign, you're playing this game for months. It takes forever. Like when you were a kid, you thought Monopoly was long. Now as an adult, I'm like, no, Civ is very, very long.
Yeah. Same with Connect 4. You ever play that?
Yeah, long game.
No, I'm just kidding.
More like Connect 1,000. No.
Yeah.
So Tycoon, business management simulations have gotten. I'm sorry, they got very popular in the early to late '90s and the early 2000s. That was when they were super popular because you could play them on your PCs with very little. You didn't have to have the most expensive graphics cards or anything like that. They were designed around the thought that you could strategize your tycoon or empire business, right? Like you might have, let's say, a zoo. You might have a roller coaster park. You didn't need graphically intensive machines to do that. The images were never like graphically intensive, but it was cool to see the business side of things simulated as you built your park or as you built your business. I remember specifically for me, Zoo Tycoon was super cool.
Oh, heck yes.
Because the animals were there, and I loved animals. Yeah, every kid loved animals. I'm sorry, everybody did, but specifically, I liked the Yetis, which I think you had to use a cheat code to get in the first place. But
No, it's a DLC.
is it? Okay. And I still have all the DLC files for Zoo Tycoon saved on my computer because they're no longer accessible, or at least very difficult to acquire at this point. And building my zoo empire and making the money was never the point. I just always used the cheat code for infinite money and just let the dinosaurs ravage the zoo. But if you're actually good at Zoo Tycoon, unlike me, you could literally build a fully functional zoo simulator, and that was pretty cool to me. Will, what's your experience with Tycoon games?
Oh, you already took it. Zoo Tycoon was definitely the one that I spent the most time in. I absolutely loved it and its expansions with Marine Mania and Dinosaur Digs.
Oh yeah.
Basically, my brother and I would have competitions of who could build a zoo that would reach like $1 million in profit the fastest. And that was always a lot of fun. Something frustrating though is that when you're actually like, yeah, I have mine too. I should bring it up. The when you're raising the prices on things like on the concession stands or the price of
Or the
zoo,
bathroom.
or you can't put price in the bathroom.
Yes, you can with a cheat code.
Okay, well, don't cheat. So you can only go up by increments of like 50 cents, I think, or 25 cents. So I couldn't make something like $1.99. I found that very frustrating. Yes, I see it, Chris. The second game is not as good, but I still enjoy it.
Zoo Tycoon 2?
And then also Roller Coaster Tycoon. Everyone's played that game. And I like the Moon Tycoon as well.
What?
Moon?
Mm-hmm. Moon Tycoon.
Tycoon?
What do you do in that?
So
You build your own lunar base.
Oh,
That's a thing?
that's sick.
Mm-hmm. I got it at a Scholastic book fair.
He's making this up, guys. It's not real.
No, man, I did not make it up. Look it up. You can play it.
Moon Tycoon, huh?
What about you, Red?
I actually played a little bit of Roller Coaster Tycoon when I was a kid, but when I say that, I mean like I went over to a friend's house or something. I never owned one. So for me, that tycoon management style type of game is kind of new, and I was able to get into it a couple years ago playing Prison Architect.
Oh,
which is
yes.
a really good game. And then after that, it actually uses the same engine. If you guys are interested in management games, I would recommend a game called RimWorld, which is fantastic.
I think didn't Trevor recommend that on like one of our older episodes?
I can't remember those.
I'm pretty sure that Trevor recommended that game episodes ago.
Well, it was last year technically.
Yeah,
it's pretty fantastic.
I think that's the one he recommended. Oh no! It was oxygen not required.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Oxygen not included. That's what it was. It's a clay animation game. It's like a spaceship tycoon game, I guess. Okay, what's RimWorld about?
RimWorld is you get 4 different characters that each have their own kind of issues, and they're put onto what is called a rim world, which is a planet that's far away from civilization. And the reason why this game is so fun is that, like I said, each one of these characters has different mental illnesses or problems. So let's say you have a pyro. If they reach a limit, they'll set everything on fire. But at the same time, sometimes good things can happen from their illnesses, like having a sociopath. You can have them clean up bodies for you and stuff like that. It's really good. I love it.
Okay, then.
It's a fantastic game.
This is the same engine as Prison Architect, you said?
Yes. So it looks very similar to that. Another thing that's super cool is that the game is meant to kind of craft these different stories. So something that I love about it is I had one time when I had this character named Inky, who was a sociopath, and I was able to use her as a sniper. But she accidentally hit one of my guys during one of these encounters, and the rest of the people in the colony became afraid of Inky. It's really cool with how in-depth it gets. There can even be spouses that cheat on each other and all sorts of stuff.
So the Tycoon games are, just to kind of go back to what we said before in the previous episode, Wildcard Wednesday, the Tycoon games have never been popular on console. Would you guys all agree?
Yes.
So that's really limited the audience that they can go and kind of expand to. In the 90s, a lot of people had, maybe not a lot of people had PCs in the 90s, probably as much as they had game consoles in the 90s. His consoles weren't quite at the popularity that they hit with the PlayStation 1. PlayStation 1 was the first console to hit 100 million sales, right? It really popularized the game console to everyone, not just, kids and gamers. PlayStation was kind of widely successful because it popularized gaming to crowds that probably never touched gaming before. And because of that, game consoles got more popular than PC gaming at the time by a long shot. And Tycoon games never translated to consoles, right? Would you guys all agree with that so far, even if you disagree with some of the things I just said?
I 100% agree, I think.
Yeah. Some Tycoon games or management games have gone on the console and they're okay, but they never feel quite right.
No, because the mouse and keyboard really, and I would never say this about most games, but mouse and keyboard is like the right way to do Tycoon games, because the point and click style of moving your business things around, your objects around, it doesn't translate well to controllers at all. Now, I will say the modern implementation of these style games has gotten very simplified on mobile to the point where the touch interface kind of works. Like with a game like Tuber Simulator by PewDiePie, kind of works. But in general, I would say the Tycoon games are basically PC. They're PC in nature. They're meant to be done on a mouse and keyboard.
Yeah,
And
I'd agree.
because of that, they've never expanded their audience past PC gamers or, like, say, people that played them back in the day. So, the first one came out in 1990. That's 30 years of Tycoon games. They've gotten a lot slower not slower, but the development of them has slowed down. There's a lot less companies willing to produce these style games at this point in time.
I will say there's a new Zoo Tycoon type game, Planet Zoo, and it's awesome.
Is it?
I was actually going to bring that up because it is one of the highest selling games on Steam, I believe. So I don't think that the genre is anywhere close to dead.
No, I wouldn't say that either.
Yeah.
I would say that the highest amount of AAA development in that genre happened probably in the 2000 to 2007 time frame.
Yeah, I'd agree.
But I'm not saying the genre is dead, because it most certainly is not dead.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep, 100%.
I would say, in fact, right now we're in almost kind of a renaissance where they're bringing it back.
Yeah, well, Jurassic
With things
World,
like-
this one, I'm sure there's some other ones, seem to be doing really well.
I would say, like, from probably the Xbox 360 through the current generation of Xbox, this genre, I would say, was kind of at its lowest point. And it's making a comeback right now with things like Planet Zoo. People are kind of remembering, I really liked that game, and it's kind of back. You know what I mean? They finally figured out a way to implement it in HD well. Because the new Zoo Tycoon on the Xbox One was terrible. It was garbage.
Yeah, it was crap.
That was a garbage game. It was originally produced for the Xbox 360, and it shows that it was originally made for the Xbox 360, because that game is garbage. It was designed for the Xbox 360 Kinect, and they put it on the Kinect 2 on the Xbox One, and holy cow, talk about a dumpster fire.
Oh, man.
No offense to the developers, but that game is bad.
No offense, that game sucked.
You can do
bad.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is the interface for the menu, and it doesn't get much better from there.
Oh, no.
No, I played this game and I was like, what is this? Garbage. Like,
I bought it for my wife thinking this might actually be cool.
Why is he standing like that?
Well, and you can't really expand the park either. That's the worst part. They give you this predetermined, you can put things here, or you can put them there.
it's super restrictive.
And nothing in between. And it's like, dude, the
sounds
original
terrible.
Zoo Tycoon was way more open than this. I don't know. It was a definitely.
Zoo Tycoon on the DS was more open world than this.
That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. So, I don't know. It's really cool to see the Tycoon games making a comeback in things like Planet Zoo. Even if they're not the original series, they're a spiritual successor to what the series used to be. especially in Zoo Tycoon. There's some new roller coaster games that are similar to Roller Coaster Tycoon, where actually the sequel was better than the original. From Roller Coaster Tycoon to number 2, 2 was actually better, whereas Zoo Tycoon 2 was not better in any way, shape, or form. But I digress. Tycoon games owe all of what they are to the original one, which is Railroad Tycoon by Sid Meier, who is a legend in video gaming.
Awesome.
So, with that being said, closing thoughts. What do you guys have?
I wish that there were more of these games. I wish someone would figure out how to translate it well to console, where the genre will explode on console. That'd be cool.
That would be cool. What about you?
Yeah,
Ryan?
I pretty much agree with Will. I wish that there were more of these games. I love Tycoon games. If you haven't tried them out, check them out, even if you're younger. And that's about all I have to say about it.
Also, if you want to play this, apparently there's a freeware version that runs on DOS, if you still have a way to play DOS games. With that being said, Sid Meier, if you ever watch this video, which I highly doubt, you are a legend. You are awesome. And Civilization is a great gaming series, despite what I said about the board game. As always, I'm Chris.
Will.
And I'm Red.
And we will see you
on the next CHRILLCAST. Toodles.